And once again, it is time for Conversations with Damien. And today we're going to be talking about the chakra energy. But before we get into my talk today, let us just take a deep breath. Let's breathe from our top of our head to the bottom of our feet. Let go of any work stress. Let go of any low self-esteem. Let go of any suppressed anger. Let go of some of the resentment. And here we are, in the presence of the energy of love. The energy of love to change the world. And so it is. So Einstein and other scientists have said, absolutely everything is energy. Einstein also said life is about vibration. So this means that energetically, the rock, the dog, the flower, the tree, the wind, you and I, are a substance of energy. And often I refer to the godness as the source, or of the source of all energy. And you've heard me say on many talks that God is the greatest stem cell there was, because God broke off God's energy and put within us that same energy. Now, the chakras that I want to talk about today are going to be very basic. I'm going to leave the chakra deep teaching to Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle, but I want to share with you where we're at, that we can make changes in our life, because I'm kind of about where the rubber meets the road with this, okay? So a chakra is a center of energy, and it literally means it's a wheel that functions spinning within us, and it interacts with various physiological and neurological systems in our body. And these chakras are energy centers within the human body that help us to regulate all of the processes of our body, from our organ function to the immune system to our emotions. And the truth is that most of us have energetic blocks and imbalances that keep us from having clean chakras. They are even some energy self-sabotaging habits that prevent us from living totally vital lives, happy lives, joyous lives, peaceful lives. Because the truth is, we did not come to the planet to know lack, limitation, hatred, scarcity, and unlove. We came to the planet to be the extension of love on this planet. But what blocks us from this? Do you know, I often say from the Course in Miracles that our purpose is not to seek love, but our purpose is to unblock the blocks and the barriers that keep us from knowing and receiving and giving love. So where do these barriers show up in us? They show up in our various chakra energy levels that we have. Now, while I'm going to talk about 7 basic, I believe that there are probably about 120 various chakra points in our system that are transmitted through energy frequencies and through vibrations. You know, you go into a room and you say to your friend, oh, I really like her or him. They really got a good vibe about them. What are you talking about? It's the vibration that they're sending to you. All of us have a vibration that we're sending. So in order for us to begin to understand how to send out a better vibration, we need to start by clearing out all the clutter in our lives, the physical clutter, the emotional clutter that is there, so that we can strengthen the flow of energy. Now, what I have found out, and I can only speak in my own life when I'm talking this, forgiveness is the greatest way to energetic health. Doesn't matter who's right, wrong, whatever. Forgiveness is the greatest way to energetic health. Now, before I get on a tangent, which I probably will, let me kind of explain it this way. We're all familiar with cell phones. All of us have one. In fact, you're seeing me through a cell phone right now. These cell phones have various towers. When I speak to my friend Gabriel, who lives in Spain, I'm hearing his voice being transmitted through a frequency that hits a series of towers that bounces it to where I'm able to pick it up on my phone, and then it comes into my eardrum, which is another frequency that I begin to be able to translate what is being said into a human language. That if the frequency is not a clear frequency, we have 4G, 5G, remember when we had 3G? That I remember when we had the 10 cans and tried to talk, okay, but that's way back when. Okay, so depending on the frequency is whether we have static or not, or whether we have a clear frequency. And if you don't have a clear frequency, then you often have misunderstanding and miscommunication. So the reason I'm talking about the chakras today is because when we have a clear frequency, then we have the expression of love on this earth and who we are. Now there are giant rocks of life that block these chakras. And as I mentioned, the work life, financial turmoil, even a poor diet, sexual oppression, heartbreak, rejection, fear, anxiety, and the list goes on and on. But how do you know where to do the clearing of the clutter in these various areas if you don't know what they're about? The first chakra is the root chakra. And the root chakra is at the bottom of your tailbone in the coccyx area. Okay, for women, it is like in the cervix. And this chakra, this energy, an energy field that comes to us from the outside in, is about feeling secure and that our basic needs are being met. It's where we connect with our family. It's where we connect with our tribe. It's where we connect with Mother Earth. Sometimes I will take my shoes off and go barefoot, and I will, especially out at the park, I will put my feet on the grass, and I will connect with Mother Earth. Because you see, in the center of the earth is the electromagnetic field that is turning. And as the earth begins to turn towards the sun at various times of the year, we have longer days and shorter nights, or we have more sunshine in our area. And this is all due to the frequency, to the electromagnetic field that comes to the vibration that comes to us. So when I connect, and if I'm having a stressful day and I'm feeling down here in my lower area this tremendous disconnect in my back, disconnect where my tailbone is, that disconnect, I check and I say, where am I disconnecting with the earth? Where am I disconnecting with family? Where am I disconnecting with my tribe? Because you see, when we disconnect, we have dis-ease. Dis-ease. Dis-ease is not at ease. And the truth is, in our life, we are created to know ease in all areas of our life. We're not created to know fights and limited ability. It's to be at ease in our life. That is one of the things we came to the planet to live and love, to know this at ease. Now, everything is made of microscopic atoms. They're made of a velocity of frequencies. Now, once we begin to understand that, my relationship with the Godness, my relationship with myself, my relationship with the understanding of life, and my relationship with you even begin to change. The fear part of me went out the window, and the love part of me began to stay and mature, because there's only two types of energy that there really is. One is fear-based and one is love-based. So moving to the second chakra. The second chakra is right in the pelvic area. It is about 1 or 2 inches below the belly button. And this is called the sacroplex chakra. And this chakra is related to our sensuality, our sexuality, our desire for pleasure. It is related to our dreams and making our dreams reality. It's relating to the desire we have for life. It is related to us procreating, creation, to creating who we are. It is one of the things that I talk about all the time is meditation. And when I'm feeling stress in this particular area, I would do a meditation such as this. I release all fear that keeps me from being in touch with my emotions, my creativity, my abundance, and my sexuality. May I be in touch with my emotions in healthy ways, and be connected with the emotional aspects of my sexuality. I find that a lot of gay men, and I know gay men more than I do straight men, but a lot of gay men have problems right in this area. They sometimes have pain right in this area because they have a disconnect with their sexuality. Emotionally, they cannot combine their sexuality with their emotions, and there is the block of denial. There's a block of anxiety. There's a block of unacceptance. So there's pain, there's clutter in here that needs to be looked at, that needs to be expressed so that there can be a free flow. So then we move to the third chakra, which is about 2 to 3 inches right above the belly button. And this is the chakra where our self-confidence and our personal power is. It's where our self-confidence and our personal power, they sit in a harmonic place. It is also called the warrior chakra because it is the chakra where bravery and boundary setting are. You know, when we're in a relationship and we don't set boundaries, we get pain in our stomach because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. It's also we get pain when in our stomach area, in this solar plexus chakra. It's where we have that anger and where we feel that raging energy and where we feel that need to defend. And when we're out of balance, we feel all of this rage. But when we're in balance, we have high self-esteem. We have self-worth. You know, you've heard the saying, I'm sure when different bosses have hired people, they say, wow, he really has a fire in his belly, doesn't he? He's a real go-getter. It's that passion that is in there. And when we're not in balance, then we tend to live in an obsessive-compulsive control behavior. So we want to take a look of areas here that we need to take a look at it, where we need to begin to have a cleansing and a clearing out of that chakra. Now, being 7 basic chakras, we've gone through 3, and the heart chakra is in the middle of the 7. And this 4th chakra, the heart chakra, is located right in the chest. And this is where we are experiencing the feelings of love, compassion, kindness. And this love chakra is the most healing of all, because when we begin to have our hearts filled with love and be balanced in this chakra, then somehow we're able to take a look and honestly translate it into the other chakras that we have, so that we're completely healthy. It is where we're able to feel love and empathy for ourselves and for others. You know, you really can't feel love and empathy for somebody else if you don't feel it for yourself. We are told in the Bible, love our neighbor as ourselves. The truth is, most of the time, we are loving our neighbor as ourselves. And if we really want to love our neighbor, we need to back up and take a look at what self-love is. And when we are taking care of the heart chakra, we do this through healthy relationships. We do it through our pets. We do it through our family. We can even help balance that heart chakra through the balance of appreciation for beauty, appreciation for nature. All of this enhances that heart chakra. And you know, can I say this to you right now? Because I feel somebody who's watching me needs to hear this. Be open to receiving the love that is available to you right now. That love that is available to you right now that you've been pushing aside, that you've been making excuses about. Shine the love that you are and allow yourself to receive that love that is available to you right now. And so often I will take a lavender oil and I will put some on my hands and I will put it on my heart, on my chest, and I will do a meditation. And here's my meditation. I now extend and intend to create a connection with myself in loving and compassionate ways. And I extend that outward to those around me. I release all fear that keeps me from knowing and receiving love. And then quite often I do quote, as I quote from the Course in Miracles, that my job is not to seek love, but my job is to remove all barriers and all big rocks and all blockages that keep me from knowing love. And then the chakra here is the throat chakra, the fifth chakra. It's right in the middle of the throat. It's very interesting to me because a lot of times I'll do workshops and we'll play soft music like we're doing now, and I'll ask people to go inside and take a look at where they need to have some strength, where they need to do some cleansing, where they need to do some amends. And it's very quiet and you hear this. And I wondered why this was going on. And I've come to the conclusion it's because we're not speaking in an authentic way. This throat chakra is the official seat of our self-expression. It gives a voice to our personal preferences. It gives a voice to our beliefs. It gives a voice to our values. This is the center of our communication, where we speak our truth to the world and to ourselves. It is the source of communication where we speak our truth about our authentic self. It is where we speak up for ourselves. It is the place where we emanate our love through the vibrations of our words. So if you're feeling tightness in there, in your mouth's a little dry, what if you take a look at that throat chakra? What are you not telling the truth about? What are you afraid to say? Say, oh, but I'm afraid to hurt somebody's feelings. You can always tell the truth. It's the way that you say it that matters. What are you afraid to tell yourself? How are you afraid to be authentic to yourself so that you can be the expression of love here on this planet? So that you can be all that you can be, the best version of yourself. And then we go to the third eye, which is right between the eyebrows here. Some of you have eyebrows, mine are very thin. And this actually extends to our brain's pineal gland. It's called the third eye. And when this third eye is balanced, we're in tune between the physical world and the spiritual world. When this third eye is balanced, we're able to connect between our ego, which is edge God out, and our soul. When this third eye is balanced, we are open to divine guidance. When this third eye is balanced, we're able to listen to our thoughts. When this third eye is balanced, we're able to feel the intuitiveness that comes to us. Do you know, I often say this, that prayer is us speaking to God, to the universe. And I believe we do that for clarity. I don't really believe we do that for a God's sake, but we do that for clarity. And then when we stop, the universe, the Godness, speaks to us through our intuitiveness, through our intuition. And the more we begin to listen to that third eye and move in that third eye, then we begin to have the knowledge and the wisdom. God, grant me the wisdom to know the things I can change. God, grant me the wisdom to know what I cannot change at this moment. Let me have the wisdom to know the difference between the two. And then there's that crown chakra. It's the final one. It's the very top of your head. It's the one that exists beyond our ego. It is the chakra that is the very connection to God, the universe, the divine, the source. It is the connection that says, I trust that life is unfolding exactly as it is, as it should. It is that chakra that says, I practice gratitude. It is that chakra that simply says, I am that I am. And each of these various chakras have different colors to it. That has different crystals. If you get into crystals, that will help to heal these chakras. There's acupuncture, there's Reiki, there's chiropractic movements, there's massage, there's dance, there's prayer, there's meditation. There's all sorts of ways to move the clutter out of these chakras. Because, you see, the truth is, we are meant to live in happiness and joy, period. Not just some of the time. You say, how is that possible? Well, let me kind of explain it this way. If I take water and I'm going to drink it, it appears as water. If I take and I add the component of heat to it, its functionality becomes steam. And if I take that water and I add a cold to it, real cold, the functionality of it becomes ice. So the microscopic atomic level of that water changes and becomes different in its functionality, although in essence it started as water. The areas in our life, as we are able to move from a lower level frequency to a higher level frequency, become in essence those things that are sustainable to us, and those the functionality becomes different, if I can put it that way. That energy can never, ever, ever be destroyed. Energy can only be shifted or changed. And when you add a different functionality to that energy, it shifts and it changes. You say, okay, what? When you are thinking and looking at your crown chakra, and you're wanting to connect with your higher self, with that God self, with that divine self, then you move beyond the ego self, which is all about self, and you move into that area of dear God, dear universe, dear source, however you want to verbalize it. Let me be the extension of love here and now. And in that moment in time, the shift happens from the self-consciousness into the authentic God consciousness. And the microscopic atom that would be in the self shifts into the godness of who you are. When we are in unforgiveness and we realize we're in unforgiveness, and we go, is this a cause of suppressed anger? Is this a cause of a heartbreak or rejection? And we're able to name it and go to the chakra of where it would be at. We're able to do a shift, and through a meditation, through a prayer, through a thought process, through a breath process. You know, the breath of life is what is in us. As we begin to take these deep breaths that I talk about, we breathe life into these various chakras of ours. So as we're bringing this to an end today, maybe today you've felt in one of the 7 major chakras an area that you want to shift. Very simple. Just take a deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And as you breathe in through your nose, visualize that breath going to that particular chakra area. Visualize that breath going to, let's say, through our solar plex, where we've held anger, where we've held resentment, where we've held unforgiveness. Let's visualize that breath going to that area. Let's visualize the shift from unforgiveness to forgiveness, from fear to faith, from anxiety to hope, from untrust to trust. To our heart chakra from unloving to loving. And so it is today. Let not your heart be troubled. Let peace reign from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And so it is, and so it will be, as we do a clearing in our chakras. And you know I can't let you go without saying this. Kindness. Kindness is the language, it really is, that the deaf can hear. And kindness is the language the blind can see. Be kind to yourself and to others. Take a moment to do some deep breathing and take a look at the different chakra energy transmissions of yourself. Just realize that all those are just energy places in you. And if you're drawing negative energy in that area, then you're working at a lower level vibration. If you're drawing positive energy into that area, you're lifting it to a higher level. And the higher level that you can lift your consciousness, the more in tune with the universe, with yourself, with the godness, with your partner, with each other you will be. I'll see you next Sunday, 2 o'clock.